everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'll be showing you how I go from no makeup to this makeup look that you see right now. I'm doing this video as part of my 30-day makeup challenge that I'm doing on my blog. I'm currently at day 15 and I really struggled with day 15. The reason for that is because day 15 is do your signature makeup look. But what if you don't have one? Because I don't have a signature makeup look. So I thought what to do for this blog post, and then I thought, but wait a minute, even though I don't use the same colors all the time, what I do tend to do is use the same techniques. So the way in which I apply my makeup is the same almost every single day. So I thought how best to show this. Of course, the best way to show how I go from no makeup to a full makeup look, a video. So that's why today I sat down and filmed how I did this. Then I'm going to start by putting some eyeshadow base on. That's usually my first step. And this is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Anyways, put a little bit on my ring fingers and I just dab this all over. So when that's done, I start with my brows. That's my next step. I am using the Soap & Glory Archery Brow Pencil, which looks like this. And I always open this on the wrong side first, which is the spoolie. And this is the product, and it just is a twist up little pencil. So I'm going to use this to fill in my brows. And I really like using this one because it's got a very small nib, and because you have the spoolie on the other end, you can just brush it through to see if your eyebrow needs anything else for it to look okay. I think I'm pretty satisfied with that. To finish off my eyebrows, I use the Catrice Eyebrow Filler Perfecting and Shaping Gel. This is in the color 020. And I just add this to set my brows. So the next step that I then move into is using foundation. I'm currently using the Dior Skin Nude Skin Glowing Makeup, and this is the lightest color, which is 010 Ivory. What I do, I put a pump of this on the back of my hand, and then I take my Sigma F82 Kabuki brush, and I just dab it in there, and then I usually start somewhere in the center of my face, which is where I need the most coverage, and then I just start spreading it out. So I just run it a little bit over my forehead. That is foundation done. Next step is concealer. I'm using the collection, I think it's called the Lasting Perfection Concealer, 16 hours, in the color Fair. So I just do it like this. And that's pretty much all I do when it comes to concealer. To blend that in, I always start off with the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. And then I use my fingers to make sure everything is blended very nicely. That's it for me and concealer. To set all of that in place, I use a Catrice All Matte Plus powder, which is again looking a little worse for wear, but currently this is what I use. I use a Sigma Tapered Face Brush F25, and I like this brush because A, it's really soft, and this way I can very easily powder it in the places that I need, and I don't use too much product that way. Now it's time for the eyes, and I'm trying to get into using my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly a little bit more. So, which is just a neutral skin-based eyeshadow base, which some people use this on their own, but I find that paint pots and pretty much any cream shadow will crease on my eyelids if I don't use something like the Too Faced Shadow Insurance beforehand. So this is what goes on to sort of even out the skin tone on my eyelids. Moving on to eyeshadow then, I don't really have like one basic palette that I always reach for all the time. I have so much eyeshadow that I kind of have to change it up every single day, but that's what I like to do, which is why I have so much eyeshadow in the first place, I guess. But if it's one of those days where I don't know what it is I want to wear, I go for this one. My favorite one is the Tease color right here. Chopper, Snakebite, and Suspect. So these four, and I think I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and use all four of those right now. So I like to start by using a base layer, which I use my Sigma Eye Shading E55 brush for that. And I think, what shall we do? Just going to dab this into Suspect really quickly and apply a wash of color all over my lid. Now I'm going to take my Sigma Small Taper Blending E45 brush, which has a nice little tip, so I love using this in Tease, which is the matte color I showed you. And I'm just going to tap this off. And then I'm going to put this in my crease. So I'm just going to use windshield wiper motions like so. And then I'm going to apply it to my crease. And I first close my eyes, and then as I start applying it, I usually open it so that it really gets into that little fold. I have a pretty deep socket, so if I don't do this, then you will not see anything at all. So, and I kind of take it up already on this brush as well. So I'm going to leave this unblended for now. Now I think the next thing I would like to do is go in with Snakebite, which is the darker color of the set I would like to use, and I'm going to do that. And I'm going to apply that using a Zoeva, which is what they call this brand in English, but in Dutch people pronounce it as Zuva. The 231 Petite Crease Brush. So I'm going to take a little bit of Snakebite, which is a nice deep dark brown shade, and then I'm going to put this in my outer V. So I'm just going to draw a line from the corner of my eye sort of across the lid, and then I'm going to push this into my crease, creating sort of like a VC type shape, like so. And now I'm going to also drag this underneath, trying to connect that corner as well. I can't really see what I'm doing right now. And so to blend that out, I'm going to take a Sigma Taper Blending E40 brush, which is a lot bigger and fluffier than the first one I used, and I'm going to take this and just kind of buff this in. I'm just going to use soft circular motions, a little bit of swiping, whatever sort of makes it blur out. You can just drag out this shape a little bit more. And blend again. Alright, so I turned this into more of a cat eye than this one, so I'm going to extend this one out a little bit further. And that's why I love this brush, because it has a tip, so you can be quite precise with it. And one of the last things I do, sometimes I do this at the beginning, is to apply a highlight on my brow bone and in my inner corner. For my brow bone, I'm going to use this fluffy brush from Hema, which I've had for such a long time, and for this I'm going to use the shade Booty Call from the same palette that I've been using. To take that same shade Booty Call, and I'm going to use that on a Sigma Pencil E30 brush, and I'm going to put this a little bit in my inner corner. And then I'm going to take an Essence Smoky, I think this is called a Smoky Eye Brush, which I love, and I'm going to dab that into Suspect really quickly and run it along my lower lash line to sort of finish that off. I'm going to go back in with my Sigma Eye Shading E55 brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of chopper on that, just on a tip, and I'm gonna dab that onto the center of my lid. You could leave it at this point if you'd like, but I think what I need is a little bit of eyeliner. And I never really use liquid liners or gel liners. I go through phases with those, but I usually come back to using a brush and an eyeshadow from whatever palette I'm using. And I'm going to actually take this shade right here, which is Busted, which is a nice sort of deep purpley shade. And I'm going to use this as liner on a small angle brush. This is again by Haymat. And I just like this brush for doing just a really simple, smudgy eyeliner. Time for mascara. I am using the L'Oreal I am using the L'Oreal False Lash Wings Butterfly Effect Mascara in, I think this is just called Black. There's also a Midnight Black version, I believe. And this is pretty much running very, very low, so, but I've been loving this mascara. And I use this on and off together with the Maybelline Falsies Flared. After mascara, it's time for the rest of the face, because right now I'm looking a little bit flat, and lately I've been really loving using my NARS Laguna bronzer again. I go on and off this product from time to time, and I now feel I found the right brush to apply this with for my skin tone. This is the Real Techniques NYX Pix cheek brush, and then I kind of pinch it, and I kind of push it in there. And what I like about this brush is that when you let it go, you can use the flat side to swirl it out. And then I also like to take this onto my forehead. I have a pretty high forehead, so I always like to do a little bit of contouring here. And then I just swipe that across. And then I also take this along the sides of my nose. And the tip. Next, I'm going to finish off with a little bit of blush. I am currently using this one. This is a CoverGirl Cheekers blush in 105 Rose Silk, if I'm correct. Yeah, Rose Silk. And I'm going to take it on a Real Techniques blush brush. Taking it onto the tip, and then I always smile to sort of find where I want the blush to go first, so where the apples of my cheeks are, and then I kind of unsmile so that I have the spot where I want it to go. The next step is using highlighter, and I'm going to use this one, which is the Balm's Mary Luminizer highlighter. This is, ever since I've been using this, my world has changed. And I'm going to take a Zuva Lux highlight brush, which is number 105, and I'm just going to take it onto the tip of that and apply it to the tops of my cheeks. And I was never much of a highlight lover until I started using this. I mean, it's amazing. Bridge of my nose. And my Cupid's bow. And that's all I do for highlight. One of the lipsticks that I've been using so much these past couple of months is this one, which is the Estee Lauder, I think it's called, yeah, the Pure Color Envy in 210 Impulsive, which is my favorite nude. I wasn't a nude lipstick kind of girl until I found this. So this is it. This is my finished makeup look. This is what I tend to do every single day. These are the steps I take to create a full face of makeup. Yeah, I can do this kind of this eye makeup look, full face of makeup. I can do a look like this in 15 minutes and then I'm done. So not too much work, and I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and thank you for watching.